Hi, I'm Mike from Michael's Motor Cars, located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Today I have a nice Austin-Healey I'd like to show you. So come on over and take a look at it. This car is a 1966 Austin-Healey 3000 Mark III. It's a neat little car. Please take the time and watch our driving video and also our cold start video. The car drives beautifully. You'll see that in the driving video. And it's just a nicely done older restoration on a Healey. So you'll see in a lot of our videos in the cars that I purchase, I love the stories about these cars, and this car has a great story. And if you're someone who likes digging into the history on the cars, this is a car to consider. We do have the Heritage Certificate Trust notice for the car, which we'll post. You'll see it in the gallery. We know based on this, the car was built November 3rd, 1964. It was dispatched November 6th, 64, and went to Baltimore, Maryland. This is one of those cars that happen quite frequently. So we have a car that was built and shipped late in November. It came to the States. It probably sat around for a bit in 1965. It carries a Pennsylvania title saying it's a 1966 car. We purchased the car from California, where it also was a 1966 car. So we're selling it as a 66 Healey, but it was built in 1964. It originally was ivory white, has a black interior, which it still has today, and a black top. So the car itself, it's neat with the history because we have a lot of documentation on this car. It was completely restored in the early 2000s, so about 20 years ago. We have photos of that. You'll see it was a complete Healey restoration. Everything was taken off the car, stripped down to the bare bulkheads, the bare chassis and frame, which is, of course, all one on this car. Anything repaired, it was done perfectly, done very well on this car. One thing and I have early letters on the car, which takes it back to, I think, the early 70s. The car was in Ontario, Canada, then it moved to Reno, Nevada, and then it basically was just sitting around for quite a while before it was finally purchased by the guy who did the full restoration. So let me show you a couple things on it. I cannot tell for sure if it's the original motor. The engine does not have its engine tag anymore, which a lot of times is missing when the motors are rebuilt. It gets lost if they cook the block. In the early notes of the car, they do reference the car had the original motor, but then they had a spare engine. But I believe they rebuilt the original, but I cannot verify that. There is no plate on the engine. The car does, however, carry its original body tag, and all of that on the firewall is correct and original to the car. So it is a numbers matching body and chassis. That is all correct, uncertain on the engine. This is noteworthy. This is a car that has the power brake booster on it, located down there, and we have a photo of that in the gallery. That really helps these cars. It makes the braking much easier on these big Healeys, and that's a nice feature to have. Coming along the side of the car, well, the front of the car, the front grille, all the chrome and everything is in very nice condition. Very typical of an older restoration. It's held up very well. The paint overall is quite nice on the car. It's shiny, it's glossy. There is no rust on the car. We have a lot of good pictures underneath this car showing very straight, true frame rails. The rails across where the motor is are all nice and straight. The welds are all good, so very strong car, nicely done restoration. We have, of course, the Mini-Lite style wheels, the alloy wheels. These are bolt-on wheels with just the spinners. Cooper tires with excellent tread. Coming along to the interior of the car. The car does have nice shut lines. The doors are lining up nicely. Very typical for a Healey, probably better than most that we see. The only alteration from stock, it has a newer style steering wheel, slightly smaller diameter, so it's a little bit easier to get in and out of the car. Original style seats with this little bead around here. All in very, very presentable condition. The wood was all redone in the restoration. The car, we have pictures of the car before restoration, and it pretty much needed everything. So everything you're looking at, the wood finish, the interior, all of that was new in the restoration. We have the boot cover, and this is of course also a full tonneau cover. Personally, I love tonneaus. I think they're cool. So this comes the whole way up to the front, and it is in excellent condition. The top, which we'll take photographs of the top, also excellent condition. So all of that is serviceable, quite usable. The previous owner, after he restored the car, he did drive it. So it has been driven, it's sorted out, everything works well on the car, it starts easily, it runs beautifully. In the trunk, same thing, nicely finished off in the correct fabric, the material on here in the bottom, battery cover, spare tire cover. It does come with a battery charger, knockoff mallet, and a fire extinguisher, and we have an original style scissors jack, which is located right there. It's beautiful in this dark green. The car, it's just a neat looking car. In the rear chrome also is excellent. The lenses, there are no cracks, crazing, or anything on the lenses. The trim is all very nice, all the chrome trim. The stainless trim between the wings and the body are all nice and straight and true. They're not marked up. So when you really look at the car, it's in great shape, but a very usable, nice quality driver car. Right side door, same thing as the driver's side. The door card is very nice. All the hardware is nice and functioning properly. All of the little trim around the sills is all nice and clean. A little bit of patina going, but not much. Just very, very nice car. Passenger side door is like the driver's door. Again, the shut lines are nice and true. The rockers are straight. So it's a neat car. So full restoration in the early 2000s. It was resprayed. They chose to change it to green. It originally was a white car. We believe it's the original motor, but I have no way to document that. But as you read through the notes, they spent a lot of time tracking down the correct pistons and piston rings when they rebuilt it. So I think, given the level of restoration, I assume it's the original motor, but I don't know. Everything's working on the car, overdrive, it drives well, and it's just gorgeous in the dark green. So if you have any questions, please give us a call, email us. We'll be happy to take more photos of the car. We welcome inspections to come and see the car and test drive it. But if you're looking for a Healey with a neat story, a lot of backup documentation, full photography of the restoration, this is one to consider. It's a nice one. Thanks for taking the time and watching our video.